and happy holidays. I wanted to jump on here today to talk about the things that I got for Christmas that's, say hi, Basil. Say hi. That's classroom related, as well as just give some New Year's resolutions as we are entering the year 2022. Oh my goodness. If you are new here, my name is Melanie and I'm a 7th year teacher in a major city in Pennsylvania. And this is Basil and she's my little baby. And she wants to join us today. I'm first going to start off with some gifts that I got from staff. So my one coworker did give me this Starbucks cup and she filled it with candy. I already ate a lot of it. Don't look how much I ate. Don't look at how much I ate. With this Starbucks, and it just has my name on the side, and I think that's really cute. Another thing that my coworkers got me was two of my coworkers each got me a bottle of wine, and another coworker got me a box of chocolates, and then with one of my bottles of wine were fuzzy socks that I think I already have been wearing and I put on and everything, and I thought that was very sweet that they thought of me and they gave me that gift. It makes you really feel like you're a part of like the school family. And of course those aren't here because those are gone. That was a while ago. So but one thing that I gave my coworkers is, she wants to play. One thing that I gave my coworkers is I filled up Christmas stocking with a nail file, a foot mask, a face mask, some lotion, like good lotion, some candy, a little bottle of an adult beverage, and I put a note that said for your mistletoes, stockings, socks for your foot. Okay, so that's what I gave them, and I thought that was just really sweet for them to think of me and to give me that gift. Another thing that I got, and if you hear her, I'm sorry, she's literally, let me show you. She wants to play. But something that one of my students got me, and I already, is this Steve Madden set that has a wristlet wallet or a regular wallet. I'm not sure if it's a wrist. Yes, I can't tell, but it has a chain. So a wallet, like this fancy lanyard, as well as a lanyard wallet, so you could put your ID. And it's also a wallet with a zip part. So that's going to be really cute, especially when we go on trips and things. I don't know if that's going to happen this year, but when we go on trips and things, and as a teacher, I don't want to bring my whole purse. So it'll be nice to have that lanyard and wallet. And that was really cute for her to think of me as well. I also have a parent who told me she wants to give me gift cards, but she wanted to ask, like, where do I like to eat and have coffee? So like, use Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts. I know some people have a problem with that. Do you want a gas card? So that was really cute of her to think of me as well. And then I got a really big surprise from one of the subscribers on this channel, and she has gifted to my classroom before, and I was super surprised when I got a notification saying my delivery was downstairs. And I'm like, my delivery, my USPS or UPS delivery? I didn't order anything. I'm checking Amazon. I'm like, well, the things that I ordered aren't coming until January. So Izzy, shout out to you again for gifting these things to me in my classroom. They will really come in use and they're super helpful. And gathering these materials for your students, 25 students, all year long, it really does get expensive. So every gift is special and used and cherished. So let me get into it. So one, she got me from my Amazon wish list that I will link below. This, oh, it's so big, Post-it brand anchor charts, and it came with a 4-pack. So I really like those because you can stick this Post-it stick on the back, so you can stick it to a wall or to your board. And I have a 4-pack because I use a lot of anchor charts. I use a lot of visual learning tools, so I really like to have those. She also got me a 144 pack of these Amazon brand pencils that I absolutely adore this pack. I get them multiple times a year because, you know, the floor eats the pencils, the kids eat the pencils. We don't know what happens to the pencils, but she got me this pack and I really appreciate this one. Oh my goodness. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, we gave each other gifts as adults and co-workers. We should have just all gave each other pencils, like honestly and truly. I remember my freshman year, I always call my first year teaching my freshman year. My first year teaching, during the holidays, that is all I asked anyone for. If anyone asked me what I wanted for Christmas, I'm like, pencils, and I got so many pencils that year because they are, woo. She also got me from my wish list these morning meeting chips. And so what these are is when you circle up for morning meeting, or in my case, we can't circle up, we don't have a carpet because we don't have any fabric materials in our room, so they just sit in our seats. But you can pick one or have a kid pick one, and you read the prompt on the back. This one says, what book or movie setting would you visit if you could? And I think these are really interesting to provoke conversation in the classroom, to get the imagination going. You could probably even use this as, like, for older kids, as a journaling prompt for the morning, and then discuss it. Describe your favorite food. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button that you could use whenever you want it? And I can't wait to start these with my scholars in the new year. She also got me this variety pack of the Sharpie flip chart markers. These are the best markers if you are going to use on your anchor chart, especially if you have it up and you're drawing or writing in real time. These, when you're writing, the ink doesn't go back. And you know what I mean? Then you have to shake the pen, and these are the best. And they do bleed through, but not as much as a regular marker, and they don't fade as quickly. If you just use a Crayola marker and then you put the anchor chart by the window, you'll find that those fade. So I really do love the flip chart anchor, the Sharpie flip chart markers, the best when making my anchor charts. She got me this Juneteenth book that I was looking at by Opal Lee. This was also on my wish list because we will now be in, even though Juneteenth, we will probably have off of school, we are still in the school year, at least my school, during Juneteenth. So I know some schools get off before Labor Day or, Memorial Day, or right after Memorial Day. We're there till like the 24th. So I can still read this book to them before we have off that day, or just any day. It's a part of history, so you don't have to wait until that holiday to read and educate scholars on that day. She got me this, oh, what's falling out? This is like a notebook full of Post-it notes, different types of Post-it notes, and I really like these because I don't have it here with me because we're on break, but when I do have my physical curriculum books in my hand, I do tab off each day that I'm teaching what lesson. I write notes on my sticky notes all over, but these sticky notes already have the tabs and then spaces for you to write those notes, and there's different styles like that, and this will be gone by February, March. I promise you. There will be no more sticky notes. I use them so much. And then last but not least, oh, nope, that's not you. Okay, she also got me these notebooks, a 12-pack of composition books, which come in handy because we have a homework notebook, we have a writing notebook in school. She wants to go outside. And so these really do come in handy, especially when scholars need individual materials. Unfortunately, my scholars, because they live right around the school, sometimes they walk in the rain and their things get destroyed and wet. And so it's really nice to have extras to be able to provide those whenever scholars need it. Now, last but not least, she gifted me these punch cards where you can write a reward, who it belongs to, what the scholar is working toward, and then you just get a hole punch, and every time you catch them working hard or showing kindness or following expectations, you give them a punch. Once they get all 10, they trade this in for whatever prize you agreed on as a class or with individual scholars. And this is a big pack of them. It might be a pack of 100, so I will be able to use this if I have 25 kids. I will be able to use this 4 times. So I really like that. And then if you use them properly, where it's like, oh, just because you're sitting with your hands folded doesn't mean you're going to get a punch. If you really make them work hard to follow like your top tier expectation, these can last for a long time but still be effective. So I really appreciate you, Izzy, for gifting my class and myself so many wonderful materials and resources. I really appreciate it. Say thank you, Izzy. Thank you. Okay, in this next part of my video, I just wanted to list some New Year's resolutions as we go into the year 2022. My school and a lot of schools in my city are actually going to be virtual up until the 18th of January, the 14th or the 18th of January. We're going to be virtual just because the Omarion variant, I know, that's going around, just to make sure that we're staying safe, and if any new symptoms arise after the holiday festivities, that we give them time to arise and people time to quarantine, and then before we come back as a unit in school. And it is a little nerve-wracking because in March of 2020, it was the same thing. We'll just go home for 2 weeks. We don't know what this is. Let it die down. And then we were home for 2 years. So it's a little nerve-wracking, not knowing if this is going to be permanent, if it's going to be temporary, what's going to happen. But we are going to be virtual. Before we left for break, if you watched my last video, my scholars were already quarantined because we were exposed to COVID, and so we were quarantined even though I was still in the building. And so when they came back, when they were due to come back, it was the week that we were about to leave for break. So really only 6 scholars came back. So I didn't even get to officially say, happy holidays, happy break to my scholars. And now we're going into the new year and they're not going to be there. So, I'll see them virtually, but you know how that goes. Not all scholars will log in. Not all parents have anyone to watch their kids and monitor them. So the kids might log in and then they'll go somewhere else. So it's a little sad and I do miss them a lot, but that's the update of us going back in January 2022. But I do have some New Year's resolutions for myself that I really want to let happen in order to develop myself personally and professionally. So my first New Year's resolution is to, and I'm reading, is to front load my prep and lesson planning. Just dedicate a day where I maybe lesson plan for the month or even for the quarter if I'm feeling feisty. Just so that as the days go by, I have more time for myself and I have less stress dealing with due dates and things like that. That's something that I used to do, just kind of front load a couple weeks in advance what lessons I'm doing what. And I like to do soft copies so that if something happens, if I need to reteach a lesson, if there was a fire drill during that period and we missed half of it, I could just copy and drag down, and it's not that big of a deal. So I really want to front load my lessons. 2 is adult management. So there are 5 adults in my room, including myself. So there's myself, my assistant, and we have 3 PCAs, which are like one-on-ones, hired through the school, and sometimes outside of the school agencies as well. And so I just want to develop myself with adult management. One day I do want to maybe be a coach, an instructional coach. So with that, you'd have to have adult management skills, and I think this is a great way to practice that. So I'm definitely going to challenge myself to manage the adults in my room, because we are able to, unlike my last school, we are able to use them in different ways in our room, even though their main focus is to assist the child, their client. So, but we are able to use them in other ways. So really facilitating my classroom in a different way, managing those adults in a different way so that we can get the most out of our day instructionally. That's one of my goals. Another one of my goals is self-care days. Y'all, I even have a Hand and Stone subscription, and I probably have like 8-9 credits because I just let months skip. And I need to stop doing that because it's one up the street from me. So really self-care days, and making sure that on the weekends or picking a day where I'm like, I'm not doing any work, I'm going out, I'm enjoying this, I'm doing that, I'm getting my feet done maybe, I'm getting that massage, I'm taking this walk, just trying to build in more self-care days instead of just sitting on the couch. Because even though, yes, rest can be self-care, I can do more. I can do better. So that's definitely on my list, because at the end of the day, even though we play as teachers such an important role in our kids' lives, and all that we do for them in our job is really important, it's still a job. You don't want to break over a job, and you still need to, you come first. And so really trying to make sure I take care of myself physically and mentally is definitely a priority in 2022. And then last but not least, be more consistent with my videos. I know that I've been gone for a really long time, and that's just because with a new school and new challenges and new ways that we do things, adjusting was an adjustment. And I would just get home and be way too tired. I did actually record a lot of videos. So recording is not the hard part, even though I have to wait for before everyone comes in or after, because I have so many adults in my room and people popping in and out. Recording still wasn't even the major like struggle, even though a lot of my recordings kind of turned into vents when you're doing it at the end of the day. But it was just coming home and being way too tired to edit. I was even too tired to cook, too tired to do anything. So I feel refreshed. We had a break. Even during my class being quarantined, I still felt like I had a break. So hopefully I can stay consistent and just do it, just knock it out for you and for me, because I really do love doing this as well. So that is definitely one of my New Year resolutions. Should I add that to my list? Words, Melanie, in 2022, they mean something, they matter. Okay, well, this little one really wants to play. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for your positive comments. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you are notified when I post my next video, because it will come. This one came. They're coming. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, or send this to your best friend and make them subscribe too for Christmas, for the new year. They need new content. Let's fix the algorithm. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.